Ken Block was an icon of the automotive world, the king of car control, the symbol of sliding sideways, and the head honcho of hooning around. He was the man, the myth, the legend, and another person gone too soon. For millions of fans around the world, myself included, he was the ideal of driving ability and humility to strive for. He was the rally specialist many of us dreamed of being, and is largely responsible for automotive content creation even existing on YouTube. His loss will be felt for time to come. So, in memory of him, and to maybe help any outsiders understand just how much he means to the automotive community, I present to you the Fandom's view of Ken Block. First, to set the rally stage of Ken's life, let's talk about the origins of his passion. Like many car enthusiasts, racing was always an intriguing idea for him. It's the holy grail in our minds, like the World Cup is to soccer fans or how plastic surgery is to the Kardashians. But, unlike Europe, a lot of racing here is either drag racing or oval racing. Both exhilarating racing types in their own ways and certainly require skill to compete in, but like me, Ken didn't find it that exciting. Driving in one dimension or in a loop just wasn't enough for the adrenaline junkie. But one day he came across some magazines featuring rally racing, and he was hooked. It was the 3D immersive, jumps and sliding turns, crazy racing world of his dreams. But it would take quite some time between his love at first sight moment and really racing in rallies. Some 25 years would go by in which he would work at an architecture firm, spend some time being a snowboard bum, realize that maybe he wasn't quite good enough to turn that into a career, and decide to go back to college to study design, a skill that really shone through in the liveries he created for his rally cars later on. While he was there, he made a friend by the name of Damon Way, the older brother of Danny Way, a skateboarder I admit I had never heard of until researching this video, but that's besides the point. Ken and Damon would eventually go on to create DC Shoes, where Ken finally started to put himself on the map for fans to find. But after a few years of successful business running, Ken finally dipped his toes into the pool of rallying, taking up rallying lessons in his late 30s. So if you're watching this thinking it's too late to follow your dreams, as someone who's currently following his dreams, I can tell you it's not too late to start, and I know Ken would tell you the same thing. Now it's 2005. In the story, I know it's 2023 now, and Ken Block finally makes his rallying debut, while I was just starting elementary school and had yet to discover him. Ken was awarded Rookie of the Year, beating out his buddy Travis Pastrana, which got them both some attention from companies looking to sponsor teams or create teams of their own. Both Travis and Ken joined forces with Subaru, and then it was off to the races. Rallying would only be a part of Ken's life though, and I would go as far as to say that Ken is a legend more so for what he did outside of rallying than what he did in rallying. While some rally legends like Petter Solberg are known for winning the World Rally Championship, Ken would differentiate himself in his marketing and social media influence. Enter the film series where I'm guessing most people found him, Gymkhana. In 2008 he would release the first film of the mega series Gymkhana has become, titled DC Shoes Ken Block Gymkhana Practice. And while it does have 16 million views, I don't know that most people found him even there, and I certainly didn't. Next up was his appearance on a pokey little motoring show called Top Gear, which you may have heard of. In 2009, he took James May around for a little spirited drive and got to show off his skills for millions to see. What came next couldn't have been more written in the stars. Following his Top Gear moment came what I would call the first full-fledged Gymkhana film, titled in the same vein as the first one, but now was Gymkhana 2 The Infomercial. This is where I first remember discovering him. Around this time I was watching Danny McCaskill videos, Messy Skills videos, and People Are Awesome compilations, and I guess YouTube decided I should check out some Gymkhana videos, which I have to say, YouTube was right. From then on, I was just watching every new Gymkhana video whenever it came out. The one in San Francisco, the one in LA with the Hoonicorn, all the way through to Electricana. Through watching these videos, I finally came across his own YouTube channel where we got to see more of the background, day-to-day things happening with Hoonigan racing, and finally seeing him doing the talking rather than his driving doing the talking for him. Interestingly, he didn't like talking on camera. Brian Scotto revealed that in an Instagram post after Ken's passing, saying that he was often the one motivating Ken to talk. And as someone who spends a lot of time in front of a camera, I can relate to that. Because there are some days I have no motivation to sit here for 6 hours to record something that will be 5 to 10 minutes long, but I digress. Through this more personal channel, we got to see more of what Ken was really about, and ultimately, he was just a happy guy. He had followed his dreams, he had a wonderful family, and he was working his dream job of sharing his passion for rallying and hooning around. That have fun energy really resonated with everyone, obviously, and combined with his determination and hunger to win, his story and personality was certainly inspirational to all the enthusiast groups he touched. From skating and snowboarding enthusiasts, to rally enthusiasts, to DIY builders, gamers, car enthusiasts, and content creators alike. And for me, spanning both the realm of car enthusiasts and content creators, the guy was a hero to me. I mean, I made my own version of the Gymkhana videos when I first started out on YouTube. It's pretty clear I loved his videos, both both for the camera work and the driving. As a creator myself, I was astounded as to how that moment in Gymkhana 5 where the car is suspended in air was recorded. It took me so long to realize it was just having a bunch of cameras in line recording at the same time, and then just going back in the edit, grabbing those frames and creating that still frozen in time shot. Another genius shot was when the unicorn was first revealed, and to show off that it was all-wheel drive, they had it chained up and then made it do a four-wheel burnout, which also kind of emulated a monster straining to break free. Or just the shot of it coming out of the smoke, kind of showing that the monster was finally unleashed. Perfection. And so too were all the other ways that he showed off the new Gymkhana cars. I mean, the turntable in Gymkhana 9, or the color shift livery in Gymkhana 8 in Dubai. I mean, every single time he knocked the intros out of the park. And then there were the Easter eggs. Oh, the Easter eggs, like the number 43 in the background of Gymkhana 10 where Ken is doing donuts around Rob Dyrdek, or the Obama Can't Gymkhana sticker on the wheel of the Segway in Gymkhana 3 since Obama was president at the time and presidents aren't allowed to drive. Oh, and the cameos were really cool. We all know the clips with Rob Dyrdek and Travis Pastrana, so I don't really need to go over those, but in Gymkhana 5, Ken wanted to pay a small homage to skateboarding since that's how he got started with DC Shoes, and so they brought in Josh Kalis, who's the guy on the trolley in the middle of downtown, and Jake Phelps, who's the guy you see waving the flag at the end of the video. And of course, there were some fun throwbacks in the later Gymkhana videos, like bringing back Sasquatch from Gymkhana 4, or Travis Pastrana wheeling on his dirt bike to steal the Huna truck, teasing that he was taking the reins of the Gymkhana series. All of these things that as a creator, you just have to smile when you find these little hidden gems. But Ken did more for the automotive community than having some little Easter eggs hidden in viral stunt driving videos. The very idea of posting automotive content to YouTube basically started with Ken. Sure, some TV shows and websites may have had some channels back then. I mean, Top Gear's channel was created back in 2006 or something like that, but their oldest video still live on the channel is 14 years old, which is just as old as Gymkhana Practice, and certainly few videos about cars were as viral as the videos Ken created for us. So for anyone watching or creating content here on YouTube, it all traces back to him getting the ball rolling with the Gymkhana videos. And with all the YouTube channels and other social media accounts that have sprung up over the years, it's a joy to see how the automotive community has grown, how widespread the appreciation for cars has become, and how making videos about cars has become an industry in itself. I'm excited to see what the future of automotive content creation looks like, and hopefully it includes me, so hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So, as an automotive content creator here on YouTube, I want to say a massive thank you to Ken Block. This dream of mine may have never popped into my head, let alone led me to where I am now, actively pursuing this career of content creation. I was hoping to one day meet you, and while that dream is no longer possible, I'm glad to have witnessed you in this blip of an existence we have here. Thank you for watching, people of the internet. Hoon safely, alright?